treasures, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be telling you about the time that I was dick fished. Yes, dick fished. Mom, if you're watching this, stop. If you're under 18 and you somehow like snuck by, but anybody else that this pertains to, beware of these signs, okay? Because it sucks, okay? So yes, if you want to learn about the time that I was fished, then and how to avoid it, then let's carry on with this video. I would say this happened about like 3 years ago around summertime, and I had recently made friends with this girl who was friends with my sister. And this girl, we're gonna call her Mindy because that's what I called her when me and her were friends. So I'm just gonna call her Mindy. And the guy that we're gonna be discussing, I'm gonna call him Daniel. Let's call him Daniel. So me and Mindy had just become friends. She was going through a recent breakup. And by recent, I mean they're probably broken up for like 5 days. And she's like, you know what? Screw this. I'm going to go on Tinder. And of course, you know, me being the veteran that I am, I was already on Tinder. And so, you know, me and her like swiping on guys and blah, blah, blah. And I'm giving her like, don't swipe on him because he's a creep. So like, I'm telling her all this because I am a veteran. So we ended up going into this phase of like, okay, it's the weekend. What do you want to do? Like, she's not working tomorrow. I'm not working. Like, let's have fun. Let's go to bar. Let's meet guys. Telling her, you know, the lowdown on all of the guys that I had previously matched with and how that shit turned out. So what to avoid. And yeah, I don't know anything about him, like match with him. And so she kind of got me into this phase of like, you know, like you're young, you know, you don't need to meet a guy and have it mean something. So I was like, you know what, you're right. I don't know why I need to keep like, I don't know why I'm still looking for somebody. Like I've never had like just like fun, like hang out with somebody and like, you know, just for no reason and like whatever. So like, you know, let's do this together. And so that's pretty much what we did like the entire summer. And honestly, it was one of the best summers. I will give that credit. It was one of the best summers because I was just like meeting different people and it didn't mean anything and until I got into a relationship, obviously. But yeah, so like I was just like having a good time. So one day she ends up matching with this guy and she's like, okay, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna hook up with him. Now, at the risk of sound, you know what? No, I'm not even gonna preface this because I can say what I want. But she was a little bit, you know, loosey-goosey. She was a little bit of a girl that was like, there's no reason why if I want to, why I'm not going to go all the way type of person. And, you know, I'm kind of like 9% of the time, like it needs to be like, okay, you deserve it. Because again, I'm a treasure and I need to be treasured. So she was like, I'm gonna go and hook up with this guy. And I think she was also kind of like trying to mend, you know, the pain that she was feeling from like her recent breakup. And I was 100% there for her for that, of course. But I also was kind of just like, you know what? She might be on something. Like, I can just have fun. It had been a long while for me in that regard, right? So I was like, okay, why not try something? So I'm on Tinder one day, and I end up matching with this guy, and we got along, honestly, like, so great. I was shocked because I had thrown, like, me actually, like, matching with someone and actually, like, liking them, like, completely out the window. But we got along really, really well. And there was, like, no awkwardness. I'm not an awkward person, obviously, via text at all. And, like, I pretty much always know what to say. And I'm like a sarcastic, like, little bitch. So it's not really hard for me. But me and him, like, bounced off each other really, really well. So I was happy. And so we ended up getting into the topic of sex. And he started telling me some crazy stories between him and his ex about how they had sex in, like, on a bus. They had sex, like, in their school washroom. They had sex in the classroom, I believe. And he's like, oh, like, tell me your weird stories. And I was like, I've done it in a bed. Like, yeah, I really didn't have any stories to, like, keep up with, like, his crazy stuff. But everything he had pretty much told me he did was, like, on my bucket list because I was like, that's so cool. So, so I ended up telling him, like, that's so cool. Like, you know, I would like to be, like, more adventurous, like, one day and all these different things. And Mom, if you're watching, please stop. Obviously, that's, like, when the flirting comes in. He's like, oh, like, I can teach. Okay, like, you're cute enough. And so, you know, we end up getting to the topic of, like, size, kind of. And I had said, like, I don't really like anyone that's, like, smaller, on the smaller side, because, like, I was, like, a size queen. And so I had, like, told him, like, you know, my past and, like, what I had previously been entangled with. And he was like, okay, like, you know, and, like, obviously this is via text, but, like, the vibe that I'm getting via text is, like, he's like, oh, like, that's nothing, you know, like, okay, like, well, I can't, like, I'm gonna please you too type of vibe is, like, what I'm getting from him. So I wasn't, like, worried about anything whenever me and him decided to meet up, because Mindy was telling me that she was gonna go on a date with some guy, and I was like, oh, this is gonna be so fun, because we're gonna go on a date at the same time, and then we're gonna get home and we can chat about it. So the next day rolls around, and me and Mindy are kind of, like, getting ready for our date. And honestly, I didn't wear anything, like, too dressy, because what the hell? Like, I'm going to, you know, get my back blown out. No, I'm joking. But, you know, cute enough, like, sexy enough, like, with me just wearing, like, shorts and a tank top. And it was summertime. And I'm just going to hang out with him. And we just drive around and we're just, like, talking, playing, like, music. And, like, we're just jamming out and talking. Like, again, it's not awkward. I really believe, like, if I didn't do what I did, like, we probably would still be, like, friends. So then he starts kissing me, and I want to say the kiss was good. It was a good kiss, you know, whatever. And at this point in time in my life, I loved making out, so I was all for that. And then, you know, things start getting, like, touchy and everything like that, and he starts fondling certain things, you know, and I'm not complaining. And then he starts to put my hand on something that I can fondle him for. If you don't know what I'm saying, you're clearly too young. So he starts doing that. And when he put my hand on his... I was so taken aback. I was like, oh my god, does he have, like, a lip balm in his pocket? Like, maybe that's what it is. There's no way this is, like, his penis. Like, his penis is probably, like, on the other side. Like, there was just no way, guys, that I thought that that was what it was. Like, there was just no freaking way, because we had talked about this before, you know, we had talked about this. I had consulted him about this. I had told him about, like, me being a size queen and everything like that. So how could this be the reality right now? Like, there's no freaking way that this is the reality. You guys, I'm gonna get an example. 1 second. I love how this matches my outfit. Like, cute. But, yeah. This was how big it was. Bro. How? I was so mad. I'm like, this has to be a joke. This has to be a joke. This has to be a freaking joke. And yeah, that was the size of his, I guess, his member. And, you know, like I said, he put my hand on his member to fondle, you know. And I literally was just like, oh my gosh. I felt like I was literally like a 13-year-old. I don't know. I guess 13-year-olds are, like, having sex now, so that's probably, like, not a good example. But I literally felt like a 5-year-old, like, not knowing anything about this life, like, not knowing what to do whatsoever, because... What? How am I supposed to fondle that? You guys, I always pretty much have, like, fake nails on, and maybe longer than this or around this size. Like, they're never short. Never. My nails are, like, never really short. So maybe longer than this. And so my grip, you know, is out because it's going like that. The bottom of my hand for my fist is not there. You know what I mean? It's my nails. So I'm supposed to be going like... This is so awkward. Mom, please stop watching this. I'm supposed to be going like this to something. Let me just give you an example. Do you see it? Find the Dora the Explorer. Find the orange lip balm. Like, find it. Find it. Seriously. Like, what? So I'm supposed to be going up and down, you know what I mean, on something like this. Honestly, I don't even know if this was generous or not. No, let's just say this is his size. I don't want to be, like, super mean. So yeah, I'm supposed to be going like this, and the like what? I'm done. So he literally, like, I was fumbling like crazy. Like, you just saw me with it. I was fumbling like crazy because I was like, I don't know if this boy is joking or not. Like, there's no way. To literally put my hand on his thing, and then like I started like going like a freaking idiot because I was like, I've never had to do anything that small in my entire life. Like, God bless. Like, your girl was for real like a virgin, because I had never in my entire life had to deal with anything like that. Like, honey, baby boo, like. And so he literally like moves my hand away, and he just starts doing it himself because I was like an idiot. I had no idea like what to do. And you know, we're still like making out. Don't ask me why, because I was completely obviously like turned off at this point and just really wanted to go home. I am the type of person that I love hickeys. So I asked him and I was like, can I give you a hickey? And he was like, yeah. And I think he gave me one too, because I love giving and receiving. I ended up giving him a hickey, whatever, along his neck. Now, he had told me, he was like, oh, don't do too much because I'm going out with like my family tomorrow or some crap like that. And I was like, yeah, I got you. And now we're in the dark, and I don't think that I did a lot. I don't think that I sucked that hard. You know, just like hoary things. Long story short, I ended up going home about like 5 minutes later. I meet him, everything's cool. We start making out. It's great. He puts my hand on his thing. It's way too small. I feel like a noob. I don't know how to do little things. And then I give him a hickey, okay? So then I end up going home, and you know, we're still like texting and stuff. Everything's like chill. Everything's Gucci. And I'm just thinking like, okay, he can never ever be my friends with benefits. He can never ever be, you know, my boyfriend, because like I'm an adult. I need more than that. You know, I was like, but you know what? Me and him get along really, really cool. Like, we could be friends. Fast forward the next day. And I ended up waking up early to go to the gym with my mom, because that was something I did back then. I wish I still did it. Do you know how hot I'd be if I went to the gym every single day? Anyways, so I get a text from him when I'm leaving the gym. And yeah, so he doesn't say anything. He just sends me a picture of his neck. And all along his neck, it looked like an actual like bruise. I don't even know what the bruise looked like, but it was literally like, just like, bro. And I was just like, damn. Oh, I'm so sorry. Like, I didn't know I did that much. And then he never talked to me again. And I ended up telling my mom, because she was like, oh, how was your date, you know? And I told my mom, and my mom's just like, how could you do that much? Like, oh my gosh, like, of course he's mad, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, listen, okay? If he was going to go and see his grandmother the next day, why would he let me do it in the first place? Like, anyways, guys, that was the story about how I was dickfished. So, yeah. If you want to avoid being dickfished, I suggest, if you are really about to go on a date with somebody and you're going to go and, you know, have sex with them, or if you're in the mood to be like, you know what, if everything goes right, I will have sex with them. If you're in those moods, no judgment here. This is a no judgment family. But yeah, if you're in those moods, whatever, then I suggest that you Snapchat or FaceTime them. And then, you know, like, if you're on FaceTime, whatever, like, guys have no problem, like, showing them to, like, show you, like, what's down below, because, like, you're about to go see it. You're about to go experience it. You're about to go use it, you know? And that's how you will avoid being dickfish. Your girl just thought with the stories that he... Anyways, guys, if you have any advice for this, leave it down below so I can read it, because I want to know why a guy would even, like, dickfish in the first place when the girl's obviously gonna find out and be disappointed. Yeah, like, why would they do that when the girl's gonna find out? That's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I can't wait to see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.